I'll do.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yep. How you
Yeah,
doing?
they should be coming on in a minute.
So how many we got tonight?
Shatanya, her husband, and my
Oh,
other
yeah,
granddaughter.
you said that. You said that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I seen your message, but my phone been jumping off the hook.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I kind of thought that might be the case.
yeah, the girl introduced me to a guy. I want him to do my logos and make them stand out. He's asking me, could I change him? I told him no, in respect to Darian Chapman. It was donated to us in his honor. I can't change him. I would love to see what else he would have did with it, though.
Okay.
He made sickle cell diamond beautiful for her.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yep, so she should be coming in. It should say Shay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, not sure. Did I ever send you forward to that email from that African American executives on the board of
not yet? You haven't.
Yeah, okay, because I couldn't find it right away, and something else popped up, but I saw it a little while ago.
Okay.
And so
we always do that when we look. We always see it when we're not looking.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm like, oh, I could have. Then I was. So I mentioned my cousin passed away, and so we were talking about services, and he was one of 16. He was number 15 of 16, and he was 57, and so they have a lot of family in Kansas City. So you never know when somebody like his niece was saying to me the other day, because I said, if you need me to help out with something, just let me know. So she says, well, a funeral, I want you, if anything, I want you to send money to the funeral home to help pay for the expenses. But when she called me tonight, she said everything at the funeral home has been paid in full.
Amen.
So, so she says the only thing that may be needed is that we have one of the 16 has a restaurant, and he may need some help, but he may be able to donate and handle for the repast on his own. So
yeah, he can write it off.
Yeah, then once they let me know, he lets me know, or she lets me know what the situation is.
Yeah, I'll take care of you quick as we get off here, because I've been saying I'm gonna do it. My phone been jumping off the hook today, but it's been all great. You hear me? And my son-in-law is from Kansas, but he's from what part is Bobby from? But his sister and them, I think it's in Maine, Kansas now, but they're from Garden, Kansas.
So now they have corrected me. I would say Kansas, they say no, cousin. I've learned to say, okay, I'm sorry, Kansas City. Because there's Kansas City, Kansas, and
Kansas City, Kansas.
And Kansas, Missouri. So there's
okay, they're in Missouri?
No, Kansas City, Kansas, and one is Kansas, Missouri.
That's true.
So, and they want, because especially when the Kansas City the football team was winning, they were proud, and they wanted to make sure that they're from that same city. So yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
I wonder if she having problems getting in, because she should have been on here by now.
Nobody in the waiting room. Okay.
I know I gave her the right stuff. Let me come back up here to you. Let me close that. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see if I can work. Oh, I got a message over here. Let me ask her what's up. On your email, I told her, okay, what's up?
Shatanya. She's waiting to get in now. Okay, I just saw it.
Oh, okay. I'll come
here
back.
We go.
Just text her.
Here she come now.
Okay, good deal.
And I just forwarded that email to you just now too.
Okay, good.
Okay, all right.
Let's see here.
Yay! Here's everybody. Hello. Can you unmute? I can't hear you. Can you unmute? Do you know how to unmute yourself? I can't hear you. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Hello, how are you, Keith?
Hey,
I'm doing okay.
Hey, Mama.
tell Parker to put her legs down because you know you're going to be on TV.
Right, I was trying to tell you.
Are you sitting up?
You're gonna
Oh,
tell
okay,
me
now
something
she is.
else.
I seen that leg, I thought.
This is like a
That's them long arms.
Hey, Keith,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm well. Hey, thank you. I know you've been dealing with a lot of people trying to help my mother get this thing together.
Yes.
So I just wanted to tell you, I really appreciate it. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of back and forth with the volume and people's mute buttons and all of that kind of stuff, but
Yes.
we really appreciate you taking the time to help our family get this together for my grandmother. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. That goes a long way. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so tonight is your turn, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
You know the drill, okay.
All right, Parker, where you at? Can you come in closer? Are we centered okay for you, Keith?
Yes, you are centered as long as they flank you well. Shoulders touching shoulders. Yeah, that's fine. You're good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a minute. You might want to put her kind of close to you with your arm around her a little bit. Might bring her in just a little bit. Yes. What you think, Keith?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we can see her. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, that's
All right.
good. There we go.
Okay. Hello, Mike.
Oh, what she got from under you? I thought you was gonna put the arm around her.
Do I have to?
No,
She's
not if you don't. If
close.
she close enough, okay.
If Keith wants me to do it, I'll do it.
now.
I can see her fine.
Come up some.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Shatanya Fulton. My mother is Glenda Fulton. She's the 5th oldest of Hattie's children. This is my husband, Bobby Clymer, and my daughter, Parker Clymer. I just want to talk a little bit about my grandmother. She was such a blessing to all of her children and grandchildren throughout her life. You know, sometimes even when our parents were having difficulties, she had us at her house. She cooked for us, she fed us, and she put us to work. So one of the things I remember about my grandmother is she was very, very particular about when you came to her house, your manners, speak when you walk in the door. And I would tell my friends, like, listen, when you go into my grandmother's house, you have to speak and make sure that she heard you. If she don't reply, you say it again. You say hello again, because if not, she's gonna let you have it and she's gonna put you up out of here. So my grandmother instilled in us just having good manners, speaking. You know, if there were older people around the table, I mean, younger people sitting at the table, older people came up, we needed to get up out of the seat and let the older person sit down. One of the things I remember about being at my grandmother's house is, you know, just being there with my cousins, us having a good time, all the parties, my uncles and aunties, everybody's dancing, my cousin Maxwell doing James Brown. It was just so much fun for me as a kid being in that environment with my grandmother and my cousins. And of course, my grandmother, like I said, she took care of us and she cooked for us and she put us to work. One of the things I can remember, it seemed like my grandmother was always frying fish. Like, it seems like, you know, several times a week, my grandmother was cooking fried fish. And she liked her beer. My grandmother liked beer. And, you know, she'd tell us, hey, go in there and get me a glass and bring me a beer. Well, don't make the mistake of going in there and grabbing a mayonnaise jar or something. You know, people, like to keep their jaws around because she was born in 1922. So certain things you just didn't throw out. So don't make the mistake of going in there getting a mayonnaise jar out of the cabinet for her to drink her beer out of. She wanted a glass. And so she poured the beer, and then she let you have a little sip off the top of the suds. So I remember my grandmother doing that. And it was just, she didn't let us have too much, but she gave us a little sip right off the top. Let's see, what else? My grandmother, when I was in school, she would send me like a care package, and it would have like canned goods, ramen noodles, peaches, crackers, graham crackers, all kinds of stuff for me to have at school. And I really, really appreciated her doing that for me. And sometimes she'd send a couple of bucks along with it, but the package was heavy. I mean, she put a lot of stuff in there, and she would send it to me when I was away at school. So that was also a wonderful memory for me. When I was a girl and we would spend the night at her house, it seems like my grandmother always had something interesting on her dresser. She had her nail polish and her lipsticks and stuff. But one of the things I remember her having on there is rose water. Like, I don't know what it did, if it was to help her, her youthfulness, but she had rose water on her dresser. And I had never seen that before. And I don't know if I've seen it from anyone else. But Hattie had rose water on her dresser. And the other thing that was always on her dresser was juicy fruit. She'd have a pack of juicy fruit there. And I said, Grandma, can I have some gum? She'd say yes. And she'd take a piece out, she'd tear it in half and give me a half a piece of gum. And I was grateful for it, but that juicy fruit can slide right down your throat. So, I just remember her always having juicy fruit on her dresser. Also, when I would spend the night at her house, she would have me make a pallet on the floor next to her bed. And I would sleep down there, and she'd get up in the morning and she'd be watching The Price is Right, watching Bob Barker do his thing. And then she would also sometimes turn on her AM radio. And one song it seems like that would come on every day was that song, Down Home Blues. Is that B.B. King? I don't know. But I think that was one of her favorite jams. So yeah, I really just love being at my grandmother's house. It always felt like home. I always felt welcome there. And I'm so grateful for her 99 years of love, to all of us. And just grateful for the time that I spent with her and that I had with her. And that's it. Okay. Now, Parker, would you like to say something about Grandma?
Well, I wasn't alive most of the years that she was around, but the moments I do have of her, they were all really nice, and she was always nice to me. She always had this like bowl of candy on her kitchen counter, and I would always ask for a piece, and she would always let me have a piece. And one of the memories I don't really remember, but I have a picture, but it's me and my grandma and my mom. And I love my great grandma, and I'm glad she got to live a long, happy life.
I wanted to add one more thing. I hope this is not out of order, but my grandmother's hair. I don't know if I've ever seen my grandmother with a different hairstyle. It's always been blonde, and it always had like a little swoop on the front and like a pent up in a bun on the back. And I don't think I've ever seen my grandmother change her hair, like not once, not ever. And it was to me like a classic style, and it was absolutely her own style of hair. So I just wanted to throw that in. She was very, very classy and jazzy, and she knew how to put her outfits together. She'd get up in the morning, even if she didn't have anything to do, it seems like she was dressed up. And I hardly ever saw her like in a state where she wasn't ready to go. So, yeah. All right, Bobby, you want to say something about Grandma Hattie?
Yes, my name is Bobby Clymer, and I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Hattie. But the times I did, she was always very kind to me. And I know more about her from my wife telling stories about growing up. I mean, anything she talks about growing up, it always seemed like it centered around her grandmother's house or growing up in her grandmother's presence with her cousins. But she was a really kind woman, and I'm thankful for her because I got my mother-in-law and then I got my wife from her. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Mama, you're muted.
Hey, Keith, could you hear Parker okay when she first
Yeah.
started?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was good. One word was a little low, the very first word. For some reason, I thought somebody was at a control because it went up, but it was on the second word. I noticed. So that first word is all good. It's all good. Yeah, she did good.
Okay.
It came through well. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Keith.
You're welcome. You all take care.
Oh,
All right,
Bobby,
you too.
Bobby,
I would-
wait, hold on
Oh.
a minute. He has a lot of family in Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
So my grandfather was one of 14. My grandfather, he was number 13 or 14. He was born in 1892. He took me down to where he was born in Grady, Arkansas when I was 10. So I lived there 2 years. So he had a brother. I met his brother, my grandfather's brother, Benny, Uncle Johnny, Uncle Henry. You know, I know the list goes on and on. And then so I would go down and visit him from Chicago after I wasn't living there anymore. And I got to meet some of the relatives, you know, because there was 14 of siblings with my grandfather. So I have not met all of them yet to this day, and I'm 63. But in 17, we had a reunion. Some of them came. So I met my cousins. So Uncle Benny had a daughter, and she and her husband Duncan had 16 children. And it seemed like they all went to Kansas City. So number 15 out of 16 just passed away because he did not believe in getting the vaccination. You know, some people don't want it, some people go get it, but his wife didn't want it either, but she worked for the federal government, so she had to get it. And he didn't. By the time he thought to go get it, it was too late. He had caught it, and 3 weeks later, he made his transition. But yeah, and he would be one of them. They'll correct me. I would say, so how is it in Kansas, cousin? I said, yes, it's Kansas City. I said, okay, I'm sorry. So you got to get it right. Kansas City, Kansas, and I think Kansas, Missouri. So that's the two. So
Yes.
Right.
it's Kansas City. So I got 16 of them, and he was number 15 was my age. Well, he was 57, and so there's one younger, but the rest of them are my age and older. But there are a clump of them, if I could, abundance of them in Kansas City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who owns the restaurant?
Well, I just found that out tonight that Uncle Mike, Lakeisha is a niece. Her uncle passed away. So Lakeisha called me, cousin Lakeisha called me, told me about the services, but she said the person who's going to supply the food for everybody at the repast is going to be her Uncle Mike. I haven't met Uncle Mike yet. So I've met, out of 16 of them, I've met four, maybe five. So there's another 11 that I haven't met yet. So one of them is gonna, his name is Michael, and Michael Duncan. So they're all Duncans. Initially, if she gets married, she becomes the husband's name,
Right.
most times. So, but they're all Duncans, and they're from Kansas. Well, they started off in Arkansas, but then they got this big old house. It's like it's like a huge house, but that's where they all were raised. There's three levels, like almost it's a frame house, but it's like a mansion. it's not a mansion, but it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas City, and it showed how. So like when one was born, the oldest one was probably moving out because it was
Same thing with us.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
same thing with my siblings.
right. So I was just mentioning that to Glenda before we signed on with you about my
Right.
cousins in Kansas City. So I guess it's one of you from
Well, I'm from Kansas, but like a lot of my family's migrated to Kansas City. One of them's in Kansas City, and a lot of them are in Lawrence, Kansas, that the university is. So I'm very familiar with Kansas City.
and then when the Kansas City football team, Kansas City, not Royals, Kansas City football Chiefs were doing good.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't want to be Kansas. They want to be call me say I'm in Kansas City because they want to let people know that they're with the winning team.
Right.
They're in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City, not Kansas cousin. I was like, okay, I think I learned it now. I got it. Okay. So I
All right,
appreciate
you all. We're gonna let y'all go there.
both. I appreciate you both. I'm happy that you made the comments that you made. And I met Hattie twice back in December and about, was it 10 years ago? When she had all
When
purple
she was
on?
90 years old, he was the
90,
one
yeah.
that recorded the DVD.
Oh,
Yeah,
So I had to
Okay.
bring that DVD back up too.
very nice lady, very nice. And just I have nothing bad to say, just all good stuff. She even made you feel comfortable being around her.
Mhm.
But you had to say hello, you had to do your manners. Yes, I get it.
yes.
I'm happy to have met Glenda and got to meet some of the family members. It's been a pleasurable relationship. Thank you both for your
So
Thank
keep
you.
leave
Thank you.
the
Hello?
stuff up until after Friday. I'll make sure I went through all of it. But if
okay.
you need to pull it down, just let me know.
Okay.
All right,
That's
then. All right, y'all have a
mother
good night.
stuff. I
All
see you
right,
both.
family. Aloha. See you
Aloha.
guys later.
Okay, take care.
See you, Parker.
Okay, they gone. They signed off.
Okay.
All right. So,
All right, so
I'll get this to
You
you.
were sending me something.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you this. Well, I sent it to you about the ABFE. That's the group. That's the group who has all the Black people from the different non-for-profit, from all the, what do you call them? Philanthropic organizations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Black-
their organization. They say where you can join in. I don't think it's a fee. I didn't see a fee because they would only meet once a year, once every other year. But now since you can't meet, you can't go to the Palmer House. So now they are doing something through Zoom, I guess. I haven't really, they keep sending me stuff, but I haven't been reading it until I talked with Valerie Leonard about a month ago and I told her about it. She wasn't aware. And I remember talking to you about it 10 years ago when I first met him. So
I got something from her the other day.
Oh.
I don't see it just yet. Maybe I need to refresh these things. I tell you, seem like they so
I know
how they say.
I forwarded it to you.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was stuff that had to be. Yeah, and they even talking about the Cook County got a winter storm warning up. They got about 10 of them. But yeah, I see it.
Okay, you see it.
The ABFE's
Right.
January 2022 newsletter. I sure thank you for the.
Sure. And that's the group who does, and if you ever get a chance to Google them or something, you see all the members on the board are African-American people.
I'm gonna do just that, don't you?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
because everything I was in today was leading directly. Bill Kling was on time today. He has left the school of what was he, public health? But he's with DePaul, and he's still doing legislation and policy. So I've just sent him my business plan because I want sarcoidosis in all 50 states on the tax checkoff list when we do it this time. So
now,
he's helping me with it.
You and that's wonderful. Wonderful. The ABFE. So what their mission was, just to reiterate that once again, is that they're on the board of the philanthropic organizations, and they, being African American, they want to put the money in the community, our community.
Yeah,
but
they got a word up here. Yes, says causes.
So, but the thing
And
too is,
the University of District of Columbia. I wonder have Eddie Glenn heard of them because they're in environmental science also on here.
so here's the thing is that they couldn't, they say what they meet with some of their colleagues even before they talk to them, they just know if you got a name art community where there's a lot of gunplay, a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, it's hard to sell your colleagues on putting money in that neighborhood or in that city or in that community. So they said, what can we do? So they have people from the community come and be on the panel, and they have given money out. So they're trying to get money from the philanthropic or the billions and billions of dollars, trying to get it to the community.
They're sitting up there on tap.
You know, pretty much. So, but there's a lady from Chicago who's been doing stuff for a long time. She's very good at doing non-for-profit grant writing. As a matter of fact, I did some things for what's his name? Who Black Star was Phil Jackson. She was one of the presenters on one of the events.
I still like to know who she is. I'm working on finding somebody to look at all my stuff to see if I'm there and if I'm ready, especially somebody that's in that kind of genre.
She is
absolutely.
She's about 2 or 3 years older than me, I'm guessing. She's been doing this for like 40, 50 years. And I think she's in your neighborhood. I think she's in Bronzeville.
You know her name?
I will. You know what? I did the interview. It's on YouTube. I'm gonna fax it to you.
Okay. She's not a light brown skin lady, is she?
She's like your complexion.
The lighter skin about your complexion?
No. Her complexion is not. Who do we know? She may be like what's the lady on the west side? The Lavette Hayes, right? She's by her complexion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I would love to meet her if you find out.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm doing now. I'm putting everything in place. I had the guy to check on my logos tonight. He wanted to change them, but I told him in all due respect of Darian Chapman, I couldn't allow him to do that. That girl went out her way to do that and dedicate it to us in his honor. I would never do that.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see what he had to, show me.
Yeah.
But, maybe it'll all work itself out.
Yeah. Maybe he can show you, what he had.
Some other things. Yeah, I told him once I get his email, because, somebody else brought him to me and he don't do anything in person with you, but I'm praying on him, brother, because you should let people know who you are doing their work. Even though he probably won't ask me, she say, but to give him half down and pay the other half when he finished and give it to me.
Okay, I got it.
And he's sending everything over the internet. Most artists I know that do your stuff, they also send you a hard copy. I don't want to have to download it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want it from him because he have different application and she wasn't understanding what my gist was. So if I download it, it might not be as purple as he can download it.
And guess what? Working at the print shop, people would email us stuff to print, but
I know.
But sometimes the through the email it would shift, so it wouldn't be exact.
Right.
So we always had them to come in. So we would get off and we would take it down off the internet, and we said you have to come in before we start printing to make sure it's accurate. And you have to sign off on what you have to come in and sign in person.
That's correct. So remember when I got stuff from him, I would come to sign it.
Okay.
Yep. So that's why I told her she didn't. Oh no. I say, sister, it's not in. I see. I couldn't tell her to go get the books from the library to understand the non-for-profit, even though your cousin's supposed to be doing your stuff and still haven't did it in almost 2 years. So I just had to shut up talking to her brother. Right. So I was telling her that, well, he do on Inbox. What's Inbox, Keith?
Inbox is Messenger on Facebook. When you're going to message somebody. Yeah.
Oh, see, she didn't tell me that. So when he get in touch with me, then I'll deal with him by myself with me and him. Then I can tell him all that. I just let her initiate it so I can go and get it done because my goal is now finding the person to do my website and get my stuff and get gone. I've been too long waiting on folks to do this or they do that and you don't pay them half and they gone. It's just, I got faith this year, real strong faith. It's going to be done in a few minutes. So I'm marching on.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking for that piece with that sister. She was real good at what she did and she's from the neighborhood. I'm like,
Amen. So see, the University of Chicago bring a lot of speakers over to do different things. I'm just trying to see if I maybe have met her. Okay, but a brown skin lady about that child's color. No, another lady who I need to call. she was willing to help me because people will talk to you and talk at you, but they won't help you. And that's what I was telling her, sister, you all need to stop and wait because some of us, you got to talk with me and show it to me, not talk at me.
Right. So this
Yeah, 'cause I
lady,
told her that's what I do.
I'm not sure if this is the lady, but she was there too. Her name is Cheryl Heads, Heads, Cheryl Heads. You're not gonna.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, but she's
Cheryl
talking
Heads.
about nonprofit consultant and donor advisor.
Oh,
So, but she's not the one I was thinking of. But I'll send you both of them.
yeah. Who gave the event?
This was Phil Jackson at the Black Star on 35th Street.
Oh yeah.
At one point, every week he had somebody different. He had the guy from what's the restaurant called? Not Sharks, but the restaurant, this new restaurant in town. But it costs $100,000 to open up. It's a franchise. I can't think of the name. It's right there on 34th and King Drive. The 34th and King Drive, right behind Walgreens. No, Walgreens is on 35th, so 34th going back north.
You got not Connie's Pizza. What's the pizza place right there? And you got the Taco Bell. And oh, I know. The black guy has that restaurant franchise.
Yeah.
Yes. I met him through WBON. I went when he first opened up.
So he wasn't
the name of that place.
It's Sharky or
out of the city though. They have really good hamburgers. His was not when he first started.
Okay.
And the fish wasn't right either.
Right. I didn't like the fish. The hamburger was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
We had to call him up to the table and give it back.
Oh no.
But I know that. Yeah, I know the place you're talking about.
Right. So he was a presenter, and there's so when you go to my I'm trying to show you all of them, but yeah,
I got you.
When I send you this one, you see my name as the person who put this up. You know how to do that. So you may not be able to see. So I'll try and highlight it. If you hit my name, you can see all my stuff on YouTube. And then you see.
Okay. So you go to YouTube and put your name in.
Well,
or you can go off one of the things you sent me.
Right. I'm gonna go off one of the ones that I'm sending you. I think that'd be the best way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna send it to you. And then so I see this lady and the other lady. I'll be sure to send you those, and then hopefully you can see the rest of them. I think I did like 12 of them. And this is the year he passed away. As a matter of fact, I did like 10 of them, I guess 10. And so I did 8, and he was in the hospital calling me. I said, brother Jackson, you in the hospital? Brother McDonald, I'm okay. I want you to come out. So he went right past. I want him to take care of his health. And so he said, well, I guess he knew something though. So he had me do 2 more, and then he passed away. But I was away in Paris. So when I got back, his cousin, who was she runs the place, she was calling me to come record, but I didn't know what she was calling me for, so I didn't answer right away. I'm trying to get back in Paris and relax. I didn't know he had passed away. But what I found out was that she wanted me to record the services that he had at Push.
That's what I was going to say. It probably was the service.
Right.
Wow. Right. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But I'm loving these new members they just got on their board. So I'll be looking it up and talking the stuff you sent me. Yeah. I see Washington Regional Association on grants.
Right. So and these
because I got a real new attitude.
Right. And the
with
money
my new board too.
The money that they represented, because they rented the Palmer House for 3 days. And part of me was saying, and they had Teresa Griffin sing the last day.
Did they?
Yep. So on that Saturday evening, she sang. So it was really a nice. And John Rogers Jr. was one of the keynote lunch keynote for lunch keynote speakers, and then everybody there was,
well, that's nice. I'm just happy to see when we out in something of some substance.
Yeah.
Especially when we give it back to the community. And so now I'm pushing on Michael Holmes, and because why did y'all let that commission go out of the state of Illinois? Why did y'all let it shut down? We should have never did that. Them black boys in Minnesota fought them and they left them alone. They paid a black boy coming there over Michael Holmes and shut the mess down.
Shut what down?
We don't have a commission anymore on African American families.
Oh, we don't? Why?
No, we
Why?
been out of circulation.
That's why you don't hear from, what's her name? What's her name? I don't hear. Michael, I see
Oh,
Michael.
she been gone. Terry
Yeah,
Solomon been
yeah,
gone.
yeah, I know, but I thought she
She been gone.
I thought she left on her own to go do something, but it's because it's been shut down.
No,
Oh,
she might have left on her own, but I guess,
Before.
you know, her time was getting there because people
Oh.
started complaining that Terry wasn't really doing a lot. You know, she was a social worker with public aid. She did stuff for that. But even she came in and said something for sarcoidosis, but to help me know the ropes and do stuff, she ain't like Minnesota. Minnesota took me in, walked me back, walked me through everything with their lawyer, did this, and I'm still on their commission right now.
So now what about
Sister
Rose?
Girl just left here, and she has submitted and got another commission open. She's down in New Mexico, but she's finna move back to Utah, I believe it is, where she had to did that, or one of them little Oklahoma or somewhere.
So what happened
So
to
they
Roseboro?
hired her.
What happened to Roseboro?
Helen, huh?
And what happened to Roseboro?
I have no idea.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Terry
Not for sure.
Terry Roseboro and her husband. They were on that commission too.
Are they? Were they?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yes, they were. It's been down at least 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they sent a black brother in there with him. He's supposed to be in there to assist. Mr. Higginbottom started shutting them down because they couldn't pay the rent, and I would go and give a donation. I said, "Where the light bill? Let me pay it." I paid the light bill 3 or 4 times. We kept meeting to get the money. They got the money. The money is sitting there. Just a lot of craziness, Keith. And it's sad when we let somebody use us to go against our own folks.
But your boy was a part of it too. The lawyer, the Jewish guy, he was part of it.
Mhm.
You know who I'm talking about? The father's attorney. You know, if you're a father, he fights for fathers' rights.
Oh yes. I know who you talking about. Yeah.
Jeffrey Levin.
It would it wouldn't surprise me with Terry being under those banners with public aid department and family children services.
So one, I think it's 2 different things. One is the commission, but there was another one with fathers, and I think that's where Terry Roseboro, Jeffrey Levin, and Walter Jones was even a part of this one I'm speaking of. So I don't know.
Okay.
The family commission was Illinois, right? That was Illinois.
It was Illinois, right?
So this one I'm speaking of, I don't think it was. I think it was a not for. I think it was a not for profit.
It was just a city entity.
It was just a group of people coming together. I don't think it was state under the state banner.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it was a state agency. The other one that I'm thinking of. I don't know. I know about Terry. Terry was state.
They forced Michael Holmes to pay. They took him to court and forced him to pay that rent back that was unpaid. They shouldn't have did him like that. He didn't have nothing to do with them not getting the dollars. He was trying his best to keep it open. We kept meeting, bringing other folks in, doing stuff, but then they kept putting the monkey wrench in it. After Terry left, that stuff went right on down the hill and just shut the door. And they don't know how important these commissions to us are. They're who help fight for us, are supposed to. But we don't get it. So now Michael's kind of revamping since Helen won that one, and maybe put it up as a model, and let's go throughout the states. Because see, Donnie Trotter, when I traveled with them all them years, he was doing the same thing because I was on him about the commissioners and this and that. So now that he's kind of free, I'm going to see tomorrow what he's going to say to this and how we're going to handle it, because they need to put that darn commission back. The white folks got them. The Hispanics got a commission too. We the only one don't have one. Ain't that a mess?
You know what? Let me say
I don't
something.
get it.
That day, the day that ABFE was in Chicago, they had called me in advance to come out and take photos and videotape the sessions and everything. And I said, I'll do videography. I hired John Alexander to come and take photos. And so I paid him. So the thing is, when that weekend was over for the blacks, the Hispanic people saw John taking photos because they had the same sort of commission, the same sort of the next week. So all of the Hispanics on the board of philanthropic organizations were getting together to figure out how they can get the money from the philanthropic organization to their community. So they
That's
did it.
right.
We did it 1 week, and then the next week the Hispanics was doing it. And so we got
That's what they do. But see, we don't want no stay together. Keith, I have 3 other partners. Guess what? They 2 white and 1 Mexican. We've been together for 15 years. I
Wow.
met them in Washington. The
Right.
black girl set us up to collaborate with each other, and we still together. I might not get for 40, 50,000 in a year, but it's better than Chicago giving me nothing. Danny ain't never helped me with anything. I've been to the office in Washington here. He passed the bill. I didn't even get the recognition for the passing of the bill. I'm the one that made sarcoidosis awareness month. Nobody was on the hill but me.
So did Michael O'Connor help out any?
No, not Michael O'Connor. This was Michael Holmes.
No, but I know. But did Michael O'Connor help you with anything?
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
called him a couple of times, but I didn't stay on him because he had got out of flow with Connie because he was going to school.
Right.
So, yeah, but I tell him sometime when I see him now, but then I say, I don't know if I want people's with my information in Chicago, you know. I don't mess with Chicago. I have $50,000. Otherwise, the only money I really had from here was the money that came up that was raised through IRS for us being on the Illinois checkoff. But nobody told me it had to get $100,000 to stay on there. So that's what I'm going to the lawyer about now. Us as a new word in the health arena, can't they knock that down to 50? But I'm sure we can do 100,000 now because it's more well known.
And you didn't know going into it. It would be nice.
I didn't know.
Connie,
Connie them didn't know.
right.
They passed the bill for me.
So you
They
talk
didn't
about
know.
Connie.
I got all the money. It was one with $15,000, 15 or 18 that year.
So have you talked with Connie lately?
I called her about 2 weeks ago because her birthday was in December.
She okay? Wait. I can't hear you. Your hand. Oh, yeah. Your hand is on the.
Oh yeah, my
Okay.
speaker.
Right.
Yes, at these speakers you have to learn they at the bottom.
Right.
But I called her. I understand she's writing her book. So when it
Okay.
warm up a little bit, you like get a plan and go to her house. They'll let me in.
Okay.
That's what I do because she don't get on that phone as much, you know.
Right.
And then she was having some experiences with her health also.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, Donnie still got his elbow bent and still at the but I guess he going over there to watch LG Sims, since he got his
Oh
chair.
yeah. Yeah. And
So
Donnie
he's in the
said-
office over there where they at on 83rd and
who Donnie?
Preston,
Well, he's
Yeah.
helping him. He's helping. He's
helping something.
okay. Yeah. Right. There you go. There you go.
He keeping tabs, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Donnie,
keeping tabs.
before I moved to down by the TV station, I lived on the south side. Donnie would come to my. I was president of the park district in my neighborhood. I was president of that organization. Donnie would come by, and your friend, the senator, he would come by. Emil Jones, they would come by.
Okay. Okay.
They would say, "Here's my on separate occasions. Here's my personal cell phone number." And the other folks do it. You do it too. If anything you want me to know, anything you want me to act on, call me. And nobody called him because he would come back and say, "I gave y'all my number last time I was here," and nobody called me. So,
Ain't that something?
yeah, that was back in the 80s. You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When they could do a little real something, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so Glenda, so I'm gonna stop this
Thanks,
recording.
dear. I'll get that to you in a few minutes.
Okay, all right. I'll get this to you in a few minutes too. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, dear. I
Mhm.
mean, I get out this hot sweater I got on.
Okay, all right. Take care.
Okay, thanks. Have a good night. I appreciate you, Keith, very
Take
much.
care. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.